Okay. Second, we need that a fuel picking and dropping system. So we have to keep in mind that whenever we pick it, it should be stored in our local. So now we can just disable it, something like this, more or less, most of cases. And then what you can do is we need to save it inside of our BP, and whenever we go near of it, we can take it, and from after the taking from it, we can use it actually. So whatever what I want to do is right now from our vehicle, okay, I'm going to make it the direct system. So in the maintenance, we'll create a actor called fuel BP. So instead of fuel BP, what we are going to do is go to event graph and then just remove most of line code. Okay, now you can just display simple mesh actually. So we can just search that is static mesh. I guess static mesh are more better for here because we are simply just displaying. So STA static mesh. Okay, from our static mesh, we can now search. Let's see anything with fuel. Let's check in acid villa, like let's see what does the acid villa have. Let's see anything under with fuel. Nothing to specify regarding with the fuel one, but have some similarity like this one or this one, the barrel one. So I'm going to use for now the barrel one. It's enough. Okay, compile and save it. Okay, now about the barrel. Okay, it's a looks like an empty barrel. Let's use the red one. Oh, it's same. Okay, no issue. We'll keep it for now. We will check it later. Okay, now in the collision preset, make sure we don't need any overlap and set it to non-collision. Compile and save it. Okay, now we have this thing. So which is a this thing. And secondly, we can now add actually a box collision to check it. Also, there's another option if you don't want to add any extra component inside of your lovely assets. You can literally go at here, first check that what kind of collisions it have actually. Like you can enable the simple collision and give a check that what type of collision it is has. If it's have a simple collision, now you have an option actually. You can generate overlap events, and at here just choose to overlap dynamic. So you don't have to add any extra component. You can do it from here. You can also give the generate hit simulation event as well if you want. Okay, for now I don't need any physics service stuff, so I'm going to skip that. So we'll go in a begin overlap. Okay, so in the begin overlap we have the thing that we need. Okay, so if it's overlapping with anything, so we will get the data. Okay, now let's go to our vehicle. So inside of our vehicle we need to create a variable. Let's create a variable called fuel. Now also because it's actually an actor, so let's create set it as an actor, and will we give that object actor, compile and save. Let's give it name that fuel ref, and I'm going to categorize as a pickup, or yeah, let's for now let's give it in a pickup. We'll change it later if we think that we need something else. So pick up. Okay, now compile and save it. Now go to our fuel BP. Now here we'll simply do a cast event. Okay, so cast to, and we're going to do our vehicle blueprint. So vehicle blueprint, and if it's casting, we'll basically simply assign our the fuel BP inside of it. So simply just give it name that check the fuel BP and connect it like so. And from the ref, let's get the self reference, compile and save it. Okay, now what we want that after it get it, we want to destroy it, so destroy actor. Okay, now let's see where our vehicle is spawning. Also, let me add a cube because it's very hard to understand. So I'm adding it here and also adding a cube so I can recognize why I'm. Let's add a fuel tank at here. Now click on play. Okay, as you can see, it has been destroyed, which is mean that we have the fuel right now. Okay, so you can literally add a custom event to make it more visual display. Let me show you the way. So we can actually add a uh, actor, or we can literally add socket with our vehicle. So let me show you. Go to the skeleton. So from your skeleton, I want to actually, after the pickup, I want to display it here. So from our body, make sure not from the wheel, from our body, we'll give it a socket name called FL1, which is represent actually as a fuel. And we can add a socket uh, preview asset. Oh, sorry. Let me just remove it. Remove the selected from 0 to old. Yep. What the heck? Memo. Preview asset is BER, I guess. What is called? Barrel. Yep, it's on a barrel. So like this. So we have the barrel one. Now we have to just adjust this thing from here. This is kind of like a bone. Okay. So we are just representing it why it should be. Okay. It's look good for me, and make sure it's only preview, so it's not going to be affected on your main mesh, but only you will get this socket. So copy it. Now go to add here on your vehicle blueprint. At here we can create a custom event actually. Okay, so let's create a simple custom event at here. Custom event that add fuel. Okay, now once we adding the fuel BP, what I'm going to do is from our fuel BP, I'm going to check the validity. If it's a valid, then what I want to do is attach actor with component, and the component will be actually our this one. Keep it snap target, and the parent will be our self actually. So self up attach actor to component. Oh yeah, sorry, it will be our actually our mesh. So because it's coming from the main root bone, so compile and save it. So now it will destroy it, but it automatically going to be assigned at here as well. So let me see, but I have a confusion at here. Let's see. Yeah, because what's happening is it's destroying at here. Okay, but we have to call it right. So first let's call it that add fuel BP, running it like so, and destroy it. Now compile and save it. Let's give it a try. Okay, we have it, but I guess there's something kind of like problem. We have the ref, we give it the ref, we added the fuel, but we don't need to destroy it, because once we are destroying it, what is happening is actually it's basically bypassing it. Okay, so we actually don't need it. Inside of it, what we can do, we can directly bypass it with more or less code. There's alternative code is this one. We don't even need to do this. We can even just directly set it and directly bypass from here and assign it at here. Now compile and save it. Now go at here, just give it the self ref. Compile and save it. Now just save it all, click on play. See, that's what I mean. But now, as you can see, it's now more dynamic and more less code. So it's all depends on you how you want to code and in which way. Okay, so this is so far our fuel picking. So yeah, so now we have a fuel that we can pick, and it's coming our BP. And now the second hour will be, once we pick it, we can go somewhere, and whenever we want we can drop it. Okay, so to do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a custom event. So first let me just make it a comment that um, fuel pick. Okay, and just simply make it colored black. Okay, this is our first logic. Okay, now let's work on the second logic, which is basically a custom event. We'll call it for drop fuel, and let me do comment later, but let's use a keyboard. Let's use F keyboard to call this function. So drop fuel. Okay, now from the drop fuel, what I'm going to do is we have this thing right on the here. So from here we'll be getting the validity check if it's valid or not. Then we'll be simply do the attach actor from component. So the attach. So if it's not coming directly, you can search from here that detach actor, and just simply connect like this, connect it like so, and keep it now world, keep it world, rule, keep it world. Okay, so just that's all. And now after that we need to set it as a none. So here's the none reference. Whenever it's basically set it, but it will be having the none reference. Okay, so compile and save it. Okay, now we have actually more or less this stuff. So now what we can do is compile and save it. Okay. Oh, I guess I did something mistake at here. It's fuel ref. So F-U-E-L fuel ref. Okay, compile and save it. Okay, now it's going to be, once we have this thing, we can drop it as well. So drop logics. Simply like this, compile and save it. Saved all, click on play. Now we can simply pick it. Once we pick it, now we can just simply press it F, and it's dropped. Now I have a question, bro. Why it's basically going at that location? Why it's not going any other location? Like, I want to spawn in a specific point. Like, I don't want to spawn on that. So what we can do at here, we can set the actual location that where we want to drop it. Okay, kind of like we can maybe make a socket location, or maybe we can add the physics to enable to drop it. Okay, so there's a various option are available that you can literally use it. Okay, so for example, the keep, you can keep reactive. So what will we do that it will be hold his own location wherever he's come from, and he will use that location, but I don't want that, so I'm just keeping it keep world. Okay, however, guys, I think that is enough for today's tutorial part. In next tutorial part, we'll try to figure out this drop location, and secondly, we will work on the money management some of cases, because we want that with money we can purchase the fuel. After that, the fuel depends on the fuel, we can buy it, and once we buy it we can pick it. So we already have the pick, but now next video we'll work on the money system. So far the fuel and drug system are done, so we'll make the money management system, and after that we'll make the refueling system that we can go somewhere and use that refueling system. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. See you in next video. Bye bye.